This presentation is created strictly for educational and academic purposes as part of our Fixed Income Securities courses. All information used is based on publicly available sources. This content is only meant to explain financial concepts and does not provide any financial or investment advice.
Hello everyone, my name is Victor Chatterjee and today we will explain how Tata Motors manage interest rate risks and currency risks in the financial year 24 using forward rate agreements, interest rate swaps and cross-currency interest rate swaps. Let me start with a simple question. When interest rates or exchange rates change, what impact does it on a company's finances? Tata Motors is a large India company that operates both in India and overseas. To run this business, the company needs to borrow a significant amount of money. Some of these borrowings are at a floating interest rates and some borrowings are in foreign currency such as US dollar. The problem is that floating interest rates keeps changing. Foreign currency value keeps moving against the rupee. This means that interest costs and repayment amount become unpredictable. The business may be performing well, but finances costs become uncertain. So the real question is not whether rates will change or not. The real question is how does Tata Motors manage these risks?
So to answer the real question, you need to understand the concept that is interest rate risk and IRS. So first let us understand about interest rate risk. So assume Tata Motors has taken a loan of rupees 1000 crore and this loan is linked to a floating interest rate. Today the interest rate is 8%, so Tata Motors will pay interest accordingly. But as you know, floating rates do not stay fixed. If next year the rate increases to 9%, then without taking any new loan, the interest cost automatically goes up. This is risky because company cannot accurately predict how much interest it will pay in the future. Now Tata Motors does not want to close this loan because closing and refinancing loan involves penalties and cost. At the same time, taking a new fixed rate loan is usually more expensive. So now what Tata Motors should do? So here comes the concept of IRS, that is interest rate swap. Interest rate swap is simply a financial agreement where company says, I do not want my interest cost to keep changing. I will pay a fixed rate of interest. The original loan remains exactly the same, only the interest rate exposure is converted from floating to the fixed. That's all about interest rate risk and IRS.
Now with IRS, an important term comes into play, the notional amount. The notional amount is not real money. It is only used for calculation purposes. If the loan amount is 1000 crore, then the swap is also calculated on 1000 crore notional amount. This clearly shows that the swap is being used for hedging and not for speculation. Now, what happens when interest rates move? If interest rates increase, the loan becomes more expensive, but the benefit from the swap offsets that loss. If interest rates fall, the loan becomes cheaper, but the swap results in a small loss. The company's focus is to ensure that interest costs remain predictable. Now, not every loan is long-term. Some loans have interest rates that reset every 3 or 6 months. To manage this short-term risk, Tata Motors uses a forward rate agreement or FRA. FRA means fixing the future interest rate today so that there is no surprise at the time of reset.
Now let us talk about foreign currency risk. Suppose Tata Motors has taken a loan in US dollars. If the Indian rupees weaken, the same dollar loan becomes more expensive in rupees terms. This creates two types of risk. First, foreign interest rate risk. Second, currency exchange rate risk. To manage both risks together, Tata Motors uses a cross-currency interest rate swap or CCIRS. A CCIRS basically converts a foreign currency loan into an economic rupee loan. After using a CCIRS, first, interest payments are effectively in rupees. Secondly, the principal amount also becomes stable in rupees terms. Even if the dollar becomes stronger, the gain from the swap offsets the currency loss. A common question is, why not simply take a fixed rate loan? The reason is, first, the fixed rate loans are usually more expensive. Secondly, they offer less flexibility. Swaps provide important advantages. First, existing loans remain cost effective. Secondly, risks are managed separately. Third, hedges can be modified in the future if required. In financial year 2024, Tata Motors uses FRAs, IRS and CCIRS not to make profit but to ensure stability and risk control. Final takeaway is that these derivatives may look complex, but their purpose is simple: to reduce uncertainty and stabilize cash flows.